place when the holy name of the Lord is chanted and when devotees come and when Krishna's glories are spoken, so then the place immediately becomes very auspicious. Right? So there is traditionally also like we have many different kinds of ceremonies like Homa, Yajna and all these things. So the primary aspect of all these things is the chanting of the names of the Lord. That's what makes the place auspicious actually. So, in fact, the Lord says, Nahum Tishtami Vaikunte, Yoginam Hridaye Shiva, Tatra Tishtami Narada Yatra Gayanti Mattata. So that means the Lord actually, he says that he doesn't stay in the place as Vaikuntha or in the hearts of the yogis where they're meditating upon him. So, but then he stays in the place where the devotees gather and they chant the names of the Lord. So in fact, of course, Vaikuntha, the Lord is staying. So the Lord is mentioning that why he stays there, because then constantly his devotees glorify the Lord. So that is why the Lord is actually staying there. So anywhere the Lord's manifestation is there, so immediately that place becomes auspicious. So in fact, there is a nice pastime of Samudra Manthan. You all might have heard this pastime, Samudra Manthan, the churning of milk ocean. So when this thing happened, so, like the demons and the demigods or the devatas, both of them, Deva and Asura, so constantly there is fights between them. So what is this fight is all about? Devas and Asuras? It's a property issue. It's a family property issue. So both of them are descendants of Kashyap Muni, and from one of the wives of Kashyapa, Diti, comes the demons. And another wife of Kashyapa, that is Aditi, comes the Devatas. So both of them have property issue all the time. Both of them, they have given different lokas. So the demons are given the loka of Bhuvar Loka, and then the Devatas are given the lokas of Swarga Loka. So Bhuvar and Swarga. So Bhuvar Loka is where the next higher planetary system is where the demons live, and then the further next higher planetary system is where the Devatas live. So, but constantly they have this problem of the control over the Swarga. So why the Devatas have to have the control over the Swarga? So we need to have, this property issue is there from there. So even now, if you go to the courts, like the bulk of the cases, property cases are, between family members only. So that's how it is there. If it is there in the big people, like small people also will have the same issues. So now then they had this difference, and so the demons had become quite powerful, and then the devatas had become weak. So this is also the Lord explains, or many times in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, this concept is explained. The time favors different people at different times. So sometimes the time favors mode of ignorance, and sometimes it favors mode of passion, and sometimes it favors the mode of goodness. So when the mode of goodness is favored, so then the devatas flourish, and when the mode of passion is favored, then the demons flourish. Everybody has their time. And then when the mode of ignorance flourishes, Yaksha Rakshasas, they actually flourish. So this is the way, like the time, different time, they actually flourish. So at this point in time, so the most favorable position is of the demons, and they are in charge and they are in control. And the devatas, so they are finding it difficult, So whenever there is a problem, so they would always approach the Supreme Lord. That's the general protocol. That's the way the devatas function. So in fact, there is one nice, it's not a real story, but then it's a story which depicts what's the nature of the demons and the devatas, asuras and the devas. So there is a competition between these two parties, like who is the best. So and Brahmaji, he wanted to create some kind of a competition to evaluate, who is the best. So then there was nice feast that was served, but then everybody's hands would become straight. So this joint would not function. Everybody's hands would become straight. So now, whichever party successfully finishes the feast, so they are considered to be the best. So then the demons, they are generally the demons means like they're quite scientifically advanced. In fact, this is also another this one. Maya Dharma, all of you know, Maya Dharma is a very chief architect in the demon side, so the Asura side. So like during the Mahabharata, when the Kandava forest was burnt, so like that time Maya Dhanava, so he was actually to be saved, in that whole this one. So he was saved by the grace of Arjuna and Krishna, and Maya Dhanava was like very grateful to the Pandavas, and he wanted to offer something called Yantra Vidya, to the Pandavas. So then Krishna told, no, don't take it, that is reserved for Kali Yuga. So that is called the science and technology. So the science and technology is in possession of the demons generally. So anyways, so these demons are quite advanced in intelligence and things like that. So they, they were trying to pick up the food and they were trying to throw it, so it was not working out. And then they were trying to pick it up and did so many different things to eat, so because the hand would not function. So one demon found out, like, okay, fine, we have to take it at right angle and then drop, walk open. So then the other demons thought that, hey, this guy has found some logic, how can we allow it to happen? So there was a quarrel, within a short time there was a big quarrel. And then the Devatas, they had a meeting. So when this was happening in the demons' camp, the Devatas had a meeting. So like how to accomplish this task. So they will come up with a very simple formula. So we all sit facing each other. I feed you, you feed me. So the job is done. So everything was peaceful in that camp. So this shows the nature of these two parties. So Devatas means like generally they are in the mode of goodness, and demons means generally in the mode of passion. So the passion actually triggers a lot of superiority, and then a lot of sense of achievement, and also for the sake of achieving one's own goals, so they would not mind even to put others down. So that's the nature of the pure passion. So passion coupled with goodness is good. But pure passion is like very, very dangerous. This pure passion is like demonic. So here we see that these two parties had this problem, and then the demons are in power now. So then the Devatas, one good thing is like whenever they have any problem, so they would go and approach the Lord, and they would take shelter of the Lord, and whatever solution is given, so they would follow. So in that way they are quite well advised. So, but the demons, they don't do like that. So even if they want some higher power, so they would go to some higher authority, and they would get the power, and then later they would prove harmful even to the same deity like from whom they got the power. So it is like that. So that's the nature of the demons. So but then the Devatas, they went to the Lord, and Lord Vishnu told that, you see, like, no, time is not favoring you people now. So it's not very wise to actually wage a battle or something like that at this point in time. So you should go and make a peace with the demons. So you should call them for churning the ocean of the milk. So milk ocean is, there is different kinds of oceans in different places. So this is this is also a specific ocean. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the whole of the topography of the Bhumandala is given. So like the center of the earth crust is the that means like it's like a cylindrical in nature, and the top portion of the cylinder is the Bhumandala, and in the Bhumandala, like the central portion of the Jambudvip, like when the Vedic priests, when they chant the mantras, you might have seen. So like Jambudvipe, they offer this mantras, Bharata Varshe and things like that and all. So this is like the central. This is basically the address that they are actually speaking about, instead of saying Sathyanarayana and Marathali and things like that. They say like, Jamudvipa, Bharata Varshe, Bharata Gande, like that. So they chant. So that's basically the address. That's basically to say who is the Yajaman of the Yajna and where is he situated and what is his intention is all about. And for fulfilling that intention, so we are going to offer this Yajna. So that's basically the thing. So that surrounding the Jambudvipa is the saltwater ocean. And after that, further, concentric circles, so different dweepas are there, and there are milk ocean, is also there in one certain place like that. So when this whole Samudra Manthan was organized, and then the devatas were told, so you organize this, go and speak to the demons, and they will also agree to it, because at the end, you will get something called nectar, amrita. So when you get the amrita, so then if you drink it, so then you will become supremely powerful, right? So this is a big story. Like there is so much of ups and downs that happens in this whole episode of different things that comes out. One of the things that comes out is the poison, so that Lord Shiva accepts. So in fact, that is a very nice incident when the Lord actually says, when you churn this ocean, the first thing that comes out will be the poison, and you should approach Lord Shiva. He will agree to consume it. So then. At that time, so when actually the poison actually comes out, all the devatas, they approach Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva and Parvati have a discussion that what is to be done. So now all the living entities, all the living entities are children of Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. So they are the original father and mother of this whole material creation, right? So Vishnu is the original father of the entire material and spiritual creation. So that Lord Shiva is the father of the entire material creation. So naturally, the father and mother will have the affection towards their children, right? So then, Mother Parvati also agrees to, Lord Shiva consuming the poison. So then, at that time, so in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is glorified about Lord Shiva. It is mentioned. So Lord Shiva is glorified saying, Satyante lokatapena sadhamo praya sojana paramaradhanam tati purusha shaki latman. So this is, what is this means? Tapyante. Tapyante means what? Tapa means what? Tapa means heat. Also suffering, right? So tapyante lokatapena. This is little simpler, this one only. Anybody can decode tapyante lokatapena?
The world is burning with all miseries and sufferings.
Sufferings. So to remove that suffering, somebody else accepts voluntary suffering. Tapyante lokatapena sadhava praya sojana. So it is generally seen that the sadhus, they just to relieve the suffering of the people in general, so they would accept voluntary suffering. So and here, so the glorification was offered to Lord Shiva, so that just to relieve the suffering of the entire world, so he has accepted the poison himself, right? So in that way, like the Lord Shiva is glorified, and then it is mentioned Parama Aradhanam Tati Purusha Shakti. So this is the highest form of worship one can actually perform towards the Supreme Lord. So that is that particular this one is highlighted over here. So that form of worship where somebody takes trouble upon himself to relieve the trouble of all other living entities who are very dear to the Supreme Lord. So when such a kind of a act is performed, the Lord becomes very, very pleased. So like this is a glorification, nice glorification is offered when Lord Shiva agrees to consume the poison. So then Lord Shiva consumes the poison, and then so in this whole episode, Lord Vishnu would have already instructed the demons right in the beginning, the devatas right in the beginning, that you see like there will be many, many wonderful things that will be coming out of this churning episode. So but then the demons will be going behind all those things, but you people should be focused. Your focus is on the final goal of getting the nectar, so don't get diverted by small time benefits that is coming out of this whole churning episode. So just be quiet and calm and things like that. And in fact, there are many significant incidents that happens. So when the churning was about to start, the demigods, they took the portion of the head of the rope. What was the rope? Vasuki. Vasuki was the rope, the big snake. And then, what is that? So they were trying to pull. So, but then the demons thought that how can we catch the tail? No, tail is the lowest portion. We should be having the head. So there was a clash, and then there was an exchange of place. Later on, it proved to be like very bad choice because Vasuki's mouth was emitting fire, and then the demons were getting burnt like anything. And also like this whole episode, when they were trying to bring the Mandara mountain, so as a churning rod, so they were failing in the attempt, so then the Lord helped. And then when they were about to churn, the mountain was sinking. So then again they prayed to the Lord came as a Purva and supported the mountain. And then when they were churning, like the mountain is not having the pivotal force. No, we need to have both the sides, some pivot, right? So that's why we can churn. No, so then pivotal force was not there. So then Lord came as sat as Ajita on the top of the mountain. So in this way, like Lord helped in every aspect of this whole episode. And this churning actually started, and so after a long time of churning, also nectar did not come. So then finally, Lord had to take the rope, and then he himself had to churn. So with all this effort, finally, Lord Dhanvantari appeared with Amrita. So when the Amrita was brought, so immediately the demons snatched it. It's not a fair game that see, like both the parties actually worked hard for the nectar, and it should be shared equally. So but then the demons snatched, and then they wanted to enjoy. But then what would have happened if the demons side? They snatched and they went. What they would have did? Fight. That's like common thing amongst them, one property and everybody will fight for it. So Devatas means something they will have a meeting and usko baat ke kushi rahenge. So but then demons means they will fight. Everybody wants the full thing. So and who is going to take the first this one? It was a big disagreement and everybody were fighting. And then the Lord again, the Devatas prayed to the Lord. You see, demons are already very, very bad, and if they drink nectar, that's it. Nobody can defeat them. So they'll become superpower. So then the Lord told, don't worry, I'll make some arrangements. So then the Lord appeared as Mohini. Lord appeared as Mohini. So and he went amongst the the demons. And the demons immediately they came and surrendered to this beautiful girl, and they told no, you're so beautiful, so you must definitely do some justice to us. Please take this pot of nectar, and you divide. We are not able to come to some consensus. So then Mohini says, see, I am a prostitute. How can you believe a prostitute? So you cannot have trust on a person like me. So nobody actually believes me. So then the demon says, no, you're so beautiful, you will not cheat me. Is this some consideration? I don't know. But then this is the logic of the demons. And then the Mohini told, okay, all of you should sit in line, and I will definitely come and serve you. So then everybody sits, and then Lord in the form of Mohini, he actually smiles at every demon. And then they are so happy that she's favoring them, and then silently, she goes and starts serving in the side of the Devatas. And the demons are saying, hey, what's happening? We thought she will give to us, and she has gone there. So then the other demons say, hey, Chupro, it's we will lose our company if you tell anything adverse. So then it is not very clear. And then this Rahu's case happens and stuff like that and all. So we just fast forward the past time. So finally the demons understand that this is, when this Rahu's episode happens, Mohini actually invokes Sudarshan and cuts the head of the Rahu. So at that time, the demons understood this is Vishnu. So then the demons understood it is Vishnu. Then they say okay, this is partiality. This is complete partiality that has happened. So all of us worked hard, and then this Vishnu, he has took side of the Devatas, and he has only favored them, and he has cheated us. Then both of them actually have a very, very fierce battle in the shore of the milk ocean. So this is mentioned that the Puranas actually says that the Devatas, they actually drank the nectar. They must be more powerful. So but then the demons, because of the feeling of betrayal, feeling of being cheated, So that feeling was so strong, they became so powerful because of that feeling of betrayal, and they were like really overpowering the devatas. So they were attacking really very hard. So and in fact the devatas again lost their hope of winning the battle. So at that point in time, so they as usual, like whenever they are in trouble, so they immediately call out to the Lord. So that's the nature of the devatas. So they immediately remembered Lord Vishnu and they started praying to Lord Vishnu. So then Lord again appeared in the battlefield, with all his astras and things like that. So at that time, so all the Asuric Maya, whatever was covering the Devatas, it all immediately got dispersed. Right? So at that point in time, so there is a nice line that Shukadeva Goswami tells in Srimad Bhagavatam. He says that Hari Smriti Sarva Vipada Vimokshanam. The remembrance of Lord Hari, it immediately removes all the vipada, all the dangers. That's the ultimate this one. So wherever the Lord is present, so then immediately that place, all the inauspiciousness is driven away. Right? So in fact, I used to mention this story, or something happened in our Bangalore itself. Like, there was once, like, somebody called us saying that, there is some ghost haunted in a house, and then, like, they asked, like, can you do something about it? So then we were like, no, we have Hare Krishna mantra, and we can do some kirtan and things like that. So then they invited us. We were in foreign country. So, but then the houses, they are very close to our national Giridaji Mandir. And then so they actually requested us if we can go and do some kirtan over there. So then we obliged when we went there with devotees and did some kirtan. And then, so after that, like, we called up to them, in a WhatsApp call to the US, and then we told that, now we did our part, like, this is how much we know, and now we are moving. So then they told, like, no, don't go, like, please stay in that house only. And it seems to be a big bungalow, and we will not be able to pay such a rent and stuff like that. So then they told, no need to pay rent, you just simply stay there. So then, we had a base, like, there are some young boys' base, like, employees, like, and we emptied that place and we shifted all the boys there. So, and every day morning Mangal Aarti and night Deity worship and everybody chanting Hare Krishna and things like that. So, nobody ever had any instance of ghost attack after that. So, before that, there was certain attacks. So, but then, they had so much of confidence that till the time they returned to India and they started staying in the house, they wanted devotees to stay there. So, like, recently, last year, they came back from US and, resumed their stay in their house. So, in that way, like, we have this experience that wherever the Lord is worshipped, wherever the Hare Krishna mantra is chanted, wherever the Srimad Bhagavatam is kept, Bhagavad Gita is kept, that place will be like, very, very auspicious, really it will be very auspicious. So that's this one, so that's why, like, we have this kind of ceremonies, like a housewarming and any auspicious ceremonies, if you see, the ceremonies will comprise of chanting the names of the Lord, invoking the presence of the Lord. So when the Lord is present, then automatically the whole environment becomes auspicious. Right? So anybody would like to ask any questions or any comments in whatever we discussed?
So Prabhuji, generally Lord is not partial to anyone. Because we can see that in form of moving, Lord is partial to Devatas. Why so?
Yeah, so this is a very important question. So like Lord says, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu, Name Desha Asti no Priyana. He mentions that I don't have any enemy or a friend, so I am Samoham. I am equal to everybody. Right? So, in fact, this is also the reason why Hiranyakashipu, he wanted to take revenge on Lord Vishnu. So he accepted Lord Vishnu as Supreme Lord, and Supreme Lord is equal to everybody, and he is ultimately like he is the beneficiary of everything that is every action that is happening, and he is the one who is profusely blessing all the living entities and things like that. So he had all faith in Vishnu. But then when Vishnu killed Hiranyaksha, his brother, so then this thing came to his mind that he like now Now Vishnu has lost his position as God. Why he has lost his position as God? Because he has become partial. No, he has taken the side of the Devatas, he accepted the prayers of the Devatas to kill Hiranyaksha, and then he has killed him. No, my dear brother, no, he has killed him. So now because he has killed him, so now God is not anymore God. So now I can contend to the position of God. No, I can kill him and I can become God. So like it's much more philosophical demon actually is. So in that way, like that's the primary reason. So no, God has lost his capacity or position as equal to everybody. So now I can kill him, right? So now for this, the Acharyas actually give a nice example. Now imagine a king or a judge, no, and he punishes certain people and he rewards certain people. No, that means he is partial to somebody. On what basis he gives punishment and reward?
Laws.
What they do according to.
What they do accordingly. Yeah, ye tamam prapadyante, tam satyam. Right? So like Lord Krishna also tells in Bhagavad Gita, no, the rule is there, the common fair play rule is there. Anybody who follows that will be rewarded, anybody who breaks that rule will be punished. Right? So that's the general way, no, in fact, that's the general way of any ruling, no. Anywhere sashan, no, like anywhere there has to be a control. How we can exercise our control over a certain area. So there if we are in charge of a certain area, so then we must put down certain rules and regulations. And if somebody follows the rules and regulations, they must be rewarded. And if somebody breaks the rules and regulations, they must be punished. No? So that is how the ruling, the sashan has to be done. That ruling over or controlling a particular thing must be done based on this. First, the fair play game, the rule must be decided. So that's the bylaws. And if somebody follows the laws, so he must be rewarded, and somebody doesn't follow, he must be punished. Right? So when the punishment comes, obviously the person who's undergoing the punishment, he will say it takes a judgment. So the judgment was not proper. Right? So it is always like that, So the demons, they were, or the devatas were favored, because they were obedient to the rules of God, and the demons were cheated, because they were disobedient to the rules of God. Right? So it is basically nothing happens without the sanction of the Lord, and nobody can suffer without committing a sinful action. Right? So this is very much evident from when Prahlad was put through so much of atrocities, so much of atyachar. So that time, Prahlad was always happy. And Hiranyakashipu was having so much of tension, I am beating you, punishing you, at least you should go through some suffering. How are you happy? Why are you happy? So he was not able to comprehend and understand. So then, so at that time, Shubhadev Goswami actually mentioned from Srimad Bhagavatam that to undergo suffering, one must have committed some sin. Without committing sin, Prahlad has not committed any sin. He is a sinless person, very, very pure. So even though you try to put some punishment upon him, he will not suffer. Because it is so to suffer is not there in his fate, because he is a punyatma, he cannot suffer. Externally you can put him through miserable conditions, but he cannot suffer because he is all pure, right? So in the same way, nobody can be punished, without they committing some sinful activities. So because the demons were established sinful people, so naturally, they deserve what they actually got, like that. Any other?
This aspect of studying the Lord had appeared in the form of Kurma, in the form of Pompe, in the form of Vasuki. So all the things were done.
No, Vasuki was what is that? Vasuki was the chief of all the snakes, and Mandara mountain was chief of all the mountains. That's the Lord appeared on top and bottom of the mountain, and he also helped in lifting the mountain. Packers and movers.
So my question is when the nectar came, that was the climax of the whole story, because that was the sole purpose for which everybody was studying. So even at that stage, when the demigods saw the nectar has come and then demons are going, taking that away, how can we, as a practitioner, can maintain our equilibrium of state so that, because our life also we put every day.
Yeah, so this is also an important aspect. Whenever something bad happens to good people, so always this question arises, how can such bad things happen to good people? And then whenever some bad people flourish, that is also a question comes, he's so bad, why is he flourishing? you know? So because this world is designed in such a way that it gives their own piece of time. Everybody gets their own piece of time, and everybody flourishes at certain time, and everybody has to face some low phase of time. So that is the nature of this world, as we initially discussed. So this idea of one who worships God will always be happy and prosperous is also a wrong idea. So we cannot be in that kind of an idea. So it's just like an obedient son of a parent, will always be happy. It is very difficult to say because the son may commit a mistake and the parents may beat the child to discipline the child. So that time he may cry. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have a father. Just because he's crying, he doesn't have a father or his father is bad. It doesn't mean any of these things. It is just that the father is disciplining and it is in the right track. Right? So in that way, even good people, so to become more good, to become really nice, the Lord has to put them through certain ordeal, at certain times. So that is part of the progression of these good people as well. So expecting all good in the life of a devotee is also like utopia. No, it is not going to happen. So expecting all bad in the life of bad people, that is also utopia. No, it is not going to happen. So even bad people, they would have did some good in their life, because of that, they are reaping some good benefits, when we are seeing that particular frame, of their life, when we are seeing they are flourishing. So it's just maybe the frame of their pious activities, they are just enjoying the results of their pious activities. Once that is exhausted, so they will, whatever sins that they have performed, so they have to, face the results for that as well, right? So in the same way, the pious people, like good people, so two reasons are there why they would suffer. One is that they also must have, they may be good, but in course of their activities, they may also have committed certain mistakes. The particular frame of life that we are seeing at this point in time could be that they are reaping the results of their sinful actions. Right? That is one reason. Another reason is if somebody is very sincere in the service of the Lord and they wish to attain the lotus feet of the Lord, get back to the Vaikuntha, so then the Lord actually paves a very special path to them. So whatever lack is there in them, so Lord tries to fulfill, Lord tries to patch it up. When He tries to do that, so that comes by the way of some examination, some tests in their life, right? So in this way, they become better. So in that way, all possible permutation and combination is possible. So anybody can be good and anybody can have a good phase of life or bad phase of life. It's all possible. Right?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. How a person can come to know that good activities or bad activities are credited, so that one individual can come to know?
What kind of credits you have?
The credits or maybe the negative credits. So how that individual person in the same lifetime he can understand.
See, one thing that is there, we have gone through many, many lifetimes and we have performed all sorts of good and bad activities. So, in fact, the scripture says, if we know our credit, we will faint. That much we have. So, when, in the mathematics, we might have studied an element called infinity, right? So, infinity is you have infinite good credits and infinite bad credits, right? So, you cannot put a number to it, it's so much big baggage is there. So just for an information, both good credits and bad credits are problem for us. Why both good and bad credits are problem for us? If we do some good credits, if we have some good credits because of some meritorious activity, like we have fed poor people and we have helped other people, and then we are going to get something in return. So So to receive that return, we have to stay back in this world and take birth again and again. And if we have caused some harm to other people, so then to get some, negative results, so we have to stay back in this world and face the repeated birth and death, right? So that is why the scriptures advise that we should try to do the good activities in reference to the Supreme Lord. So now we want to feed people. So then we have to feed people prasad of the Lord. First it should be offered to the Lord and it should be distributed. Right? If you want to do good to anybody, so we should consult the scriptures and ask for the scriptures how it will be really beneficial to them. So we should actually help. So in fact, all of us know like ISKCON is very famous for distribution of food, everywhere. So like one organization was there, so they also had a similar kind of goal. They want to distribute food to all the anath ashrams. We told like, okay, we will come and so you have the manpower, so we have the production power. We can produce food and you can distribute. So then after a month they came back and told like, no, like we don't want to associate with you. So why, you're giving free food to distribute? Like, no, you can go and distribute. No, we want to distribute non-veg. That is when they will be like, they will get some nutritious food. And also like this rice, dal and sambar and sabji and things like that. And we were giving milk sweet as well. Like, so these are all not sufficient. We want to give non-veg. So like they are already suffering, poor condition, and you feed them non-veg and give them more simple credits, and then ensure that they are going to suffer in the future lives also. Now, what is this? What are you trying to do? So like at least let's try to create some auspiciousness in their life. So but then they didn't listen to it. So in this way, like we see that we should do good in devotional life. So like by practicing devotion, we can do all the activities that everybody is doing in this world in the right way. So we are not going to lose any activity, but then we are going to do it in the right way. So when we do that, what happens? Our way back to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, gets saved. At the same time, our positive and negative, the punya and papa, both will get destroyed. So both are baggages, both are going to keep us back in this world. So that's why a devotional person, he thinks that how to destroy both punya and papa and then get the devotional security, to get the favor of the Lord, to get back to our original home, Vaikuntha. So that's how he actually plans. So like how much ever is there, so our equation is, we pray to the Lord, how much ever is there, हमको हिसाब कुछ नहीं चाहिए, सब खत्म कर दीजिए. So we want to get back to you, we want to come to your lotus feet, so please help us, right? So that's our prayer. We will have Aarti or
We'll offer Boga.
Okay. After that. Okay. So till the time Boga offering is happening, so anybody else would like to ask anything or anybody would like to share?